Hi guys, we're at the end of week 2. I made it. End of week 2 on 150 milligrams of sertraline to treat MDDS, PPPD and CPTSD. It's been just as difficult, if not more difficult than the first week, which is weird. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I had no increase in symptoms when I went from 100 to 125 milligrams, so I wasn't really expecting this. But I kind of know it can happen. So, this week I've been busy. I've had a busy week, but it's been difficult to manage because I've not really had any respite. I've had difficulty staying asleep. I've had night sweats come back. I'm extremely tired, but that's not a bad thing. I just look at that as my nervous system regulating because I'm yawning a lot as well, and that is also a good sign that of nervous system regulation. I've had a little bit of nausea this time, which I hadn't had before, so that was interesting, but that's gone away. My ears are still ringing. My vision's been more blurred again. I've been more dizzy when I'm walking at times, but it's not all the time. I'm just exhausted. I'm just really, really tired. So I'm giving myself realistic tasks to do in a week, and things like housework and stuff. I just think, whatever, it can be done another day. I don't need to do it today. I'm trying to rest as much as I can. But I had a difficult day at work on Friday. I'm only working a few hours a week because that's all I can manage. I have to have a massager on my chair. But in the short amount of time that I was there, somebody that I work with was ranting about work in general, but ranting at me about something that wasn't my fault. As people do, they just vent, don't they? They just, say, I'm really pissed off with this or that or the other. And I work with all men. I'm the only woman. And he was sort of saying, I've got to a point where it's up to here now. No. And he was quite aggressive, like with his tone and his behaviour. And I dealt with it okay at the time because I'm quite, I used to deal with complaints for a living, so I'm quite good at diffusing situations and mediating, and I'm diplomatic and, all that kind of thing. So, as I'm sure you all are as well. I think we're all a certain personality type. But anyway, I managed to deal with the situation okay, I thought. And then I got back to my desk, and I just had a massive panic attack. Burst into tears, and thought to myself, I've come back to work too soon. This was a mistake. I don't have the capacity to deal with other people's negativity and other people's problems. My health is more important than this. I need to go home. I rang my partner. He didn't answer. I just needed someone to ground me, but my partner was at a meeting, an important meeting, and I'd forgotten. So I phoned my best friend. She called me back, and I spoke to her for about half an hour, and that helped. But all the staff were seeing me crying. It was just like I just felt utterly broken at that point. I can only describe it as searing. It was like searing anxiety in my body, trembling. Chest is so tight at the moment and has been for, these past 2 weeks, quite bad. So that started up, and then my vision went. I couldn't see things on the computer screen properly. My ears were ringing. I just thought, this is as a result of somebody else's stuff. And I got quite upset, so I called the boss and I said, listen, I need you to, I've had a panic attack, I'm having a panic attack. I need you to come in and take over from me, please. He said, yeah, well, I've got a school contract that I've got to do, and then I'll come back afterwards. So I can relieve you at about 4 o'clock. And this was about 1:30. So I was stuck there. So like I said, I spoke to my friend for about half an hour, and she calmed me down. And then I thought, well, I've got the iPad with me, I'm just going to play a game while I'm working. Because the job I do it's not a difficult job. It's very, very, you know, it's it can be difficult, but it's not, you know, too challenging. So I have time, like downtime, where I can sort of play a game or whatever if I want to. So I did that to try and take my mind off it. I had my massager on. I was just trying to sort of soothe myself and breathe and, you know, all the rest of it. And I just felt utterly, you know, frustrated, I think it was frustration because the old me would be able to deal with that. But I've just run out of patience. I've run out of tolerance to anybody else's stuff. Quite rightly, it's like it's almost like we have to get something like this in order to change. You know, otherwise I'd be like, oh, tell me your troubles. Oh, really? Oh, isn't that terrible? You know, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm going through this. I don't put that on someone else. And I just think, why do we always make so many allowances for people? There's no excuse for shouting at somebody. And I felt frustrated. So this frustration just built up in my chest. So that was Friday, and I've been pretty low since. And I saw my best friend yesterday, tried to take my mind off things, but I'm not looking forward to going back to work. I've got to go to work on Tuesday, which is unusual. I'm covering for somebody, and I'm really not looking forward to it because I'm slightly embarrassed, to be honest with you. I'm embarrassed that I called my boss in tears. I'm embarrassed that, you know, I'm a grown woman and I just broke down. And working with all men don't know what to do. No offence, guys, but you don't know what to do when a woman cries. It's not comfortable for you to see, you know. And I'm usually a very professional person, but I lost it. I was just like, what is happening to me? I can't cope with this. Have I not been through enough? You know, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I working? And, you know, my friend said to me, well, you're better off at work than you are at home, just thinking about PPPD all day. And she's right. She's right. So anyway, we did something nice yesterday. I saw her for a bit. We had a laugh, which I needed. Relaxed last night. But yeah, the dreams have been quite vivid and messed up. Some of them are entertaining, but I can feel like my brain is kind of rewiring in a way. And I'm really, really tired. So still struggling with symptoms, physical symptoms, because that's mainly all I get. I'm not really getting racing thoughts and all that kind of stuff. It's all in my body. So I've said to my partner, next week, well, actually I'm too busy next week, but the week after I'm going to go to the opticians, see if I can get some sort of magnifying reading glasses or something. Even though my eyes are perfectly fine, I've had an eye scan and eye test, there's nothing wrong with my vision. But I'm struggling to see words on my phone. It's from tension, because tension affects the eye muscles and the accommodation of the lens. Not a lot of people know about this, but it's true. It can affect your vision, even though you might have perfect eyesight. You can really see how tired I am. I feel drugged, actually. But I'm hoping this will pass. Also had a phone call from the NHS Business Services team who are dealing with vaccine damage claims. I put my claim in August 2022. Yes. Still haven't had it back, but they are on the case. My caseworker's made contact with me and said that they're close now to coming up with a decision. So let's see what happens there. I will let you know. Big shout out to Steve. I'm so glad that you're doing better, it gives me hope that 150 might be the magic number. I'm just going through an exhaustive phase at the moment, but I do know it can take 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes to come out of that. And I've just got to be very mindful of, well, I haven't got a choice actually. My body is stopping me from doing things at the moment. I'm just learning to relax and put myself first. And hopefully I will start to feel a little bit better and more levelled out on these medications, but that's where I'm at the moment. This coming week is quite busy. So yeah, because I'm covering somebody at work. I'm going to make sure, they get out to see the horses, go for walks, and maybe do something creative as well, if I get the time. And then I'm away in Margate the weekend. Excuse the background noise, my other half's doing DIY as usual. It's quite loud actually, sorry. I'm going to go in a minute. So yeah, I've given myself a lot to do, and I've got a fancy dress Halloween thing on Sunday, which will be fun. So I'm hoping that I'll be okay for that, but never know, we'll see. Anyway, I will update you next Sunday from Margate, probably in the car, I reckon. And I hope you guys are doing okay. How are you doing on your journey? Let me know. We are all in this together, and yeah, I'm here for you if you need to talk or have any questions. And yeah, I'll love you and leave you. Take care. Bye.